So much fun. Okay, so you ladies, I want to hear from you guys on the scale of 1 to 10. How ready are you for Christmas? Rihanna, you start. How ready are you for Christmas?
I'm going to say 8. I'm about 80% done shopping, but 8. I give it an 8.
Awesome. Krista, how ready are you for Christmas?
I am a 9.5.
Wow. Nice.
I know.
Very nice. All right. How about Heather?
A 2.
A 2? I love it.
I don't even have my Christmas tree up.
That's okay. I barely got decorations on the tree. We had lights on it for a couple days. We finally got it. Hey, Jen. Hey, Livette. So can you guys see the comments?
I can on my computer.
On your computer. I have just a little bit of I may have you guys mute yourself like in between talking. Hey, Ruby girl. So let me grab the link to this. I'm going to send it to you 3 in the messenger so you can share it where you'd like. Give me just a hot second to do that. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Say hi to Heather and Krista and Rihanna when you jump on. I am so excited to have y'all here today. We are going to have a blast. Okay, come on. Get that back feed off. Hi, guys. All right, we have a lot going on, so give me just a hot second as we are getting everybody going here. You'll laugh, Krista just saw me. I had curlers in my hair literally, 3 minutes ago? Krista's like, how did you just do that? All right, so we're going to give these gals and myself a quick second to share this out. Everybody say hi. Make sure you comment #holiday. Let me put this up real quick. #holiday. That is going to get you our free images, all of our goodies, and then it will give you the contact information to these ladies' Facebook pages and groups. Okay. So to get, to be able to go follow them and see how brilliant they are, you're going to want to make sure you comment #holiday. Okay. And then share this out and comment revolution. Okay. Share this out and comment revolution. That is our magic word. All righty. And we're going to be giving away $50 gift certificates. 1 for every 100 that's on here. So share the love, my friends. Awesome. Make sure you tell us where you're from and which company you are with. We absolutely love getting to know you. So much fun. We absolutely love getting to know you. So tell us where you're from and which company you're with, especially if you're under one of these brilliant ladies or work with one of them. We love to hear that. Okay. All right, Ray, and I know you know how this game. I'm going to have you introduce yourself. Tell them where you're from, which company you are with, what your level is, and what does that level mean? Like kind of how big your team is or how much you average in sales a month, because all the companies call things different things. For one company, director is the first level. Another company, director is the top level. You know what I mean? So kind of explain to them what that means. And then we're going to have a couple other questions we'll go through with everybody else. But go ahead and introduce yourself. I'm going to get the bot out while you do that. And you know what I'm talking about when I say that.
Hello, friends. Welcome from South Dakota. Not an unfamiliar face here with Creative Success Systems. I've been hanging out with Michelle since 2016. And I am with Ruby Ribbon. And I have joined them since September of 2019. Did 4 months of side-by-side businesses. Always felt like I was cheating on one for the other, which wasn't a really good feeling. And so I have only been doing Ruby Ribbon since January 3rd of 2020. And I am at our second step in the company. A stylist is our first step, and I am an associate director, which is our first level of team management. And I have about 78 in my downline. My sales goal is 10,000 every month at this point. Last month I tipped over 13, which was exciting. And this month I'm just a little over 7 so far, which as I looked back at last December, I was in the $1,800 or $1,900 range. So my increase in the last year for December has really grown as well. And so absolutely love blessing women every single day.
Love it. Absolutely love it. That's so awesome. All right, Krista, you're up, girl. Oh, so you told them your love. I know you talked about your sales.
Yep, associate director. Yep.
Cool. How many are on your team now?
About 78 in my whole downline. I got 5 lines.
Wow, that's awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. All right, Krista, you're up, girl.
Hey, everyone. I'm so excited. Thank you for having us, by the way, Michelle. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
I am a director with Pink Zebra, and a director in Pink Zebra means that there's only 2 levels above us. So multiple, there's executive consultant, executive consultant, manager, senior manager, executive manager, then director. So I've been in the company 5 years. I have approximately between 1,300 and 1,400 people on my team underneath me.
How long did it take you to grow that team?
Well, I just had my 5-year anniversary in August, but it doesn't really matter how many people we have on our team. It's how many people are actually working. So it is a big number. It's a huge number. We have, I have been blessed with just an amazing team, and upline and downline. And we are our 3rd year in a multi-million-dollar team. So I'm very, 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 very proud of them. I'm so glad they let me be part of their team.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, keep going. Talk about your sales.
My personal sales consistently have been in the top 10 in the company since my first year. It varies. I got over 10,000 in personal sales last month as well. I mean, 13,000 ran. Oh my gosh. Sales have changed though in the past couple years. I mean, they've really, went up. What was normal sales 5 years ago is not what normal sales are now. They're much higher now. So, yeah, I definitely practice what I preach to my team and lead by example, for sure.
Yes, you do.
I think that's important.
And don't you think like you have to, how do I say this? Like your sales really impact your recruiting and your team building.
I think it does. I think that when you can show that you are doing it, that it's possible. I mean, I am an actual kit napper. So this was never supposed to happen. Direct sales chose me. And because I was that skeptic, like this could never happen. And this is real, y'all. This is real. When you work it, it works for you, for sure. But you have to be able to put that information out into the universe too, and show people why and how it's real for them to be able to see it.
Yeah. Yep. Very cool. And we'll go into more details on that. Okay, Miss Heather. Heather's had multiple journeys. Are you frozen, girl? Oh, there she goes. She moved. She looked frozen. Heather's had a couple journeys, kind of like Rihanna has. This is technically your 3rd direct sales company, right, Rihanna? Okay. So she's had a journey too. So tell them which company you're with and what you're loving right now. But then also tell them how long you've been doing direct sales in general. Heather, she keeps freezing.
I am actually now I'm with Bellamy Skincare. I have been with the company. I kidnapped, and it's funny that people say, we kidnapped. I wanted to try the product, so I ordered my product at the very end of October. So November was my first full month with Bellamy, and my rank is executive director. My first full month, my sales were 20,000. Crazy, 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 crazy. And I absolutely love it. Love, love, love it. I have been in direct sales for a total of 7.5, going on 8 years. Been with another company, and now I'm with this one, and I completely love it. And I really like what Anna, I think that's beside me. I hope I'm saying that right. Touched on how people have to understand that you have to work and it works for you, and it is real life.
Yeah. Yep. It's exciting. Way exciting. Very cool. Awesome. And how many are on your team currently?
I have about 30.
Discount, but the personal discount, but yeah.
30. I actually was top recruiter last month in my first month, which was 20. Which was insane to me because I never asked anybody.
Wow.
So that was a pretty big deal for me.
That's way cool. Hey, Heather, if you can back up just a teeny bit from your phone, because it's we're all used to like going vertical this way. There you go. Now I can see your whole face. It was like barely chopping you off just a little bit there. Thank you. So I invited these 3 brilliant, hardworking ladies to join us because I really wanted to focus on why the direct sales industry, some people call it multi-level marketing, some call it network marketing. There's several names for this, but I really, really wanted to get you excited going into the new year about what the possibilities are. I'm going to share just 2 quick things. Okay. One is over the last 2 years with COVID. Okay. Now I'm just going to tell you, I have a background in economics. I have a degree in economics. I'm a nerd. I'm a giant nerd. Okay, you guys, which is really funny because my first direct sales company was close to my heart, which is all like creative and that. And I just like to be a businesswoman. I'm like not really sure why I chose such a creative because I'm not like naturally right-brained. And but I started in the direct sales industry. Going back to COVID. Sorry. A lot of you have seen different things happen with your businesses through COVID. Lots of you saw a boost. Some of you struggled, but a lot of you saw a boost, and now you see things acting a little bit differently. So let's just be real for a hot second, okay? A bunch of people received COVID checks, right? Based on their tax bracket. And there was this added, what we call disposable income into the system. Okay. So this added income got put in there, and people were home and they weren't spending as much money on gas and, eating out and all sorts of things, travel. And so they kind of had a little bit more money and a little bit more time to have parties and to buy all of your things. Okay. Well, now life is changing again. They still want and need your things. I'm just going to say it's probably not quite as easy, but they still want your things. Okay. They're still shopping. And the biggest thing I just want you to say to yourself is, I didn't do anything right or wrong through the pandemic, but I know that I've got to work smart now, no matter where you're at. Okay. Whether it went well or it didn't go well, no matter what happened, you always have got to develop business skills. And even during things like the Depression, when, things just were horrible and, just, oh my goodness, people's economic status was so awful. People still thrived in business. You can thrive no matter what's going on in the world. Okay. And it's so much about you choosing to work smart and not just hard. I hate it when I hear somebody say, I live on Facebook and I'm not making any money. I'm like, well, then you might need to do something different on Facebook than you're doing right now. And we're going to talk about some of that. Okay. But I want you to know, and I want you to believe and understand you can do anything you want to do as long as you have good business skills, goal setting skills, and even mindset. Okay. So I just want you to get really hopeful. So I want everybody to comment hope. Okay. There's a ton of hope, you guys. And these three ladies are an amazing example of that. The second thing I want to share is this. Some of you may or may not know this. I was in the direct sales. I've been involved with direct sales for over 20 years now, which is kind of crazy. I had a 2-year-old and a 2-week-old. I'm not kidding. I signed up with my first company when my daughter was literally 2 weeks old. And September 11th happened just a couple weeks after that. So this was like August 2000, or what was that? 2001, right? And September 11th happened right after that. And then my husband lost his job, didn't have a job for a year, and that's what we lived on. And I lived in North Dakota, where every town was almost 100 miles away, and there was no social media. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine what I could have done if I had social media back then. And so I drove 100 miles one way, 200 miles round trip for almost every single party I did. And I hustled my butt, okay, like crazy hustled my butt. I drove a lot of miles in some really bad weather. Rihanna does similar things, and worked my butt off. But it was such a blessing because of the way I had flexibility and what I could do. So I just want you to know that I know what a huge opportunity this is, and it's a great fit for some. It is not the perfect fit for some. I also do things like home birth and homeschool and really weird things like that too. And that's a great fit for some. It's not the great fit for everybody. Okay. And so my goal is to help you hear these different ladies' lives, how they make direct sales fit in their life, why it's a blessing for them, and how they work smart. Okay. I just want you to get excited. I want you to see that the sky, it's not so much that the sky's the limit. Most of you aren't actually trying to be millionaires. Most of you would be thrilled if you made an extra $500, an extra $1,000, or heck, you know, you can go 6 figures, right? Make an extra $10,000 a month or replace your income. I just want you to see that whatever you want to do is possible. Okay. So these ladies are like, they're the walking billboard of this. They are so stinking smart. Okay. So what I'm going to have, we're going to go around. I have a couple questions for them that I sent them before. First of all, we're going to start with why did they pick the company they're with? And some of them literally may have just like, well, I just like the product, I want the discount, and that's okay. Others, it was a little bit more like there was like this reason. And then, so tell them that, and then tell them why social media has helped your business. Okay. Because there's lots of ways to find people. But social media, there's unlimited amount of people. Like I said, I can't imagine what I could have done had I had social media in North Dakota, because that was quite the, it's exciting. Yes. We do love Roriana. So we are going to start with her, actually. Jen, you're so awesome. I'm so glad to see you, sweet lady. So Roriana, go ahead and start by sharing a little bit of your story and why social media has been a blessing to your business.
Sure, you bet. So I was not looking for another company at the time because I was actually at a retreat representing my former company and found out about Ruby Ribbon. I kind of knew, like, the person that sponsored me, Michelle. I remember being on coaching sessions with both of us. I didn't know what she was talking about. I didn't, you know, so then to actually, you know, see and meet her in person and such was another thing. So I wasn't looking for a new company. And I too did my first company with Pamper Chef for 9 years. Like, I started in the 90s, no social media at all. And so I came upon Ruby Ribbon, and I think the big change for me was when I realized that the products were changing my life every single day, impacting me more than my former company. That's when it made sense. When I realized that Ruby Ribbon camis and demis are a solution for 80% of women who hate their bra. I had no idea there was an option. As someone living with fibromyalgia whose back would go wah, 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 as someone who already has markers in for precancer cells, and my mom having a lumpectomy this year, knowing that there are better options for breast health, I had no idea. And so the real crux in changing, and I know you and I talked about that too, just in prior coaching as well, was, the why. And having been a retired librarian, selling books made a lot of sense. But when you're wearing and using something every single day and it's improving your quality of life, whether that is pain or comfort and confidence, just really blossoming in the body that God has blessed you with, that makes a huge difference. We empower women every single day. And I also really realized that it is still very much a ground floor opportunity. That when I was in a company that had, many, many, many thousands of people, yes, the year I chose Ruby Ribbon, I was top 10 in sales for the year at convention. 2 months prior, I was not looking for making a change at all. We still have stock options in my former company, a lot of them. But this has spoken so much to me, absolutely, for sure. And social media, oh my gosh, how has it helped me grow my business? Well, I can only drive so far in South Dakota, just like when you were up in
She drives a lot.
And I put a lot of miles on my dream vehicle that I paid for cash with $100 bills with my direct selling money, ladies. That's the story I love to share as well. You can only drive so far, and you need to be, respectful of your family and their time and safety and all that. So without social media, I would not, like Jen's on here, Connecticut, Roberta's on here, Florida. Like I've got friends, customers, team members, coast to coast all over the country I never would have met. I know when we move our daughter to grad school to DC in August, I have people to see up along the Eastern Seaboard and down, that I have made so many more friends, but I can reach so many more people. These are not going out of style, Books are not going out of style, and women all over the country have them. There's no way I could serve them all. And it's a ridiculous number with the number of stylists in Ruby Ribbon. We still would have like 25,000 people to serve a piece. I mean, there's only so much follow-up a girl can do in a day. So those are the reasons with social media. It's just allowed me to reach so much further than anyone humanly can.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love how smart, and we're going to talk about tips on how each of them use social media. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Krista, I can't wait to hear your story. Krista's passion for supporting her customers and making sure they get the perfect product is just one of the things I love most about Krista. So tell us your story, girl.
So I was working a full-time corporate America job. I was a supervisor in a call center. I had my own team and all that stuff. And I'm miserable. I was there for 10 years. I literally was asked to come to an online party, and I did not want to go. I had no interest. I didn't have any time because I was working 50 hours a week. I was in online school full time to get my master's degree in business. Wow. And I had a baby. There was no time for anything, let alone a business. And I went to this party, and I really wasn't even paying attention to it. I was like, just give me the link, let me order, let me get out of here. Because I had a paper due. And I ordered some sprinkles, I always had stuff going in my house anyways. I ordered some sprinkles to be nice to the girl, and I got it, and I was mind blown.
Tell them just a little bit about what Pink Zebra is. It seems like we always have someone on here that doesn't know what Pink Zebra is.
Well, Pink Zebra is a home fragrance and decor company, but what our superpower is, our soy wax sprinkles, completely non-toxic products, but they're soy wax sprinkles that you can actually mix to create your own scents.
Like magic.
It's like magic. And so it's like creating your own recipes, you can have a different scent every day of the week. They're typically stronger and last longer than most wax products out there. And everybody has something going in their home, whether it's something they're plugging in or a warmer or a spray, or we have them all, by the way. Brianna, I have my cami on too, by the way, and I'm loving it. But I never really thought as much as I do now about the non-toxic products, or how much a scent in your home or your car really does for people. And I think piggybacking off of what Rihanna says is we are like changing lives out there, even if it's in the most simplest ways. We're creating memories. We're helping people bring smiles to their face. It's a feeling. We're bringing a feeling and a, I don't know. We're bringing something to their lives. But when I found the product, I fell in love. I had never experienced something that I could put in my warmer and it went all the way through my house. I just never seen anything like it. So there was a sale on a kit. I got the kit only for my discount. I just wanted the discount because I was going to use this product forever, and 25% is a lot when you're
Right.
using it all the time. And that was that. That's all that was supposed to happen. But
And now 1,300 people later.
right. And the only thing that I regret is not starting sooner. I wish I would have started sooner, because Miranda said something while I was at work. She was talking about how this made her happier than when she was at work. While I was at work, I found myself posting in the bathroom. Y'all know you post from the bathroom. Don't even say you don't, right? I was more, my brain was not there anymore. I wanted to be doing the fun, happy stuff. And this made me happy. The new customers was making me happy. The people that I was working with, my direct sales sisters, they made me happy. Playing in sprinkles all day made me happy. I was miserable with the corporate, the rules and the chaos and the drama and all that. It's just miserable. And so, but we have bills to pay. So for me, I was still a skeptic, no matter what. And I started to see a paycheck, and I started to really get to know people. And then I saw a bigger paycheck, and then I was like, hold on a second, like this is real. And then I went to another country on an incentive trip in Panama. I was like, holy sprinkle, this is real. This is real. Like, this thing is not like, you really get these trips. You really get the paycheck. This really happens. And several months later, I was making more than I was making on a salary in corporate America. And I was like, and then even my son, but wait till the bottom drops out. What if the bottom drops out? And I was like, my gut told me there's no bottom dropping out, but I waited a couple more months. So 1 year later, I fired my boss. And I will never, ever go back. Never. This is my happy place.
Well, and how do I say this tactfully? You didn't have a backup plan of your husband's income either. You're a single mom, right? Like,
I am a single mom.
You are the sole provider of your family. This isn't like, it's our money. This is your living money. This is like,
social media, though, without social media, that never would have been possible. There was when people say, I don't have any time, I'm here to tell you I had no time. and I still did it. And I was doing it at ridiculous times of the night. I look back and I can't even believe that people put up with me, because I was posting stuff in the middle of the night. Like, who does that? It's not even, is that real life? But it was. And it still worked. And it was scary. I'm not going to lie, because it's the fear of the unknown. But anymore, you don't know if your corporate job's going to be there tomorrow. You don't know what's going to be right around the corner. So it really is no different. But without social media, this would have never been possible for me. And when I did quit my job, I actually still do 100% social media online business. So it is absolutely, it's just a never ending source of people. Never ending.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. And remind me how long you've been with Pink Zebra?
5 years.
5 years. Okay. So social media has been around the whole time. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what I didn't
And
know
I
how to
started
use
in
it.
direct sales before social media existed. So we've done both routes.
I don't know. I can't wrap my head around that concept, but I also did not know how to use social media when I started. Not gonna lie. I had to go learn. I had to come find people and learn from them and figure it out and follow people and do trainings outside of the company. And I had to learn how to figure out. I had to learn how to figure out. Listen to me. I had to figure out how to use Facebook.
Well, and even those that use Facebook well to connect with their friends and family, that's not the same as a business skill, is it, y'all? Like,
No.
not, I mean, using social media for business is very different from using it for personal use. And that's something that everyone needs to be a lot more vigilant about explaining to their team members. Like, it's not just go post. Like, no, it's not just go post. We need to have a little bit better understanding about how Facebook works and how to get it in front of people. And that's part of why people get discouraged, is just the lack of understanding. It's cool because we have the skills we can teach them. So awesome. Thank you, Krista. Okay, Heather. Heather's had a journey, been with a couple different companies. So tell us why you're with the company you are now and how social media has helped that, because you didn't leave the house.
Actually, it's really funny because I had no interest at all, 0 interest in being with another direct sales company. I literally wanted to try the product. I had seen so many people try Bellamy, and I've seen the results on their face, their skin, their hair, everything. And I was like, I'm 42 years old. I was like, I really need to start taking care of my skin. So I reached out to this girl. I was like, girl, I want to try this product. And I did. And I was like, look, I need you to understand that I do not want to work the business. I do not want to have, I just want the product. She's like, okay. So I got the product and I started using it. And literally within 2 days, I seen results in my skin. I was like, what? And then I kept using it and kept using it. And I was like, this is really good. And people just started reaching out to me and asking me, what are you doing? Your skin's glowing, your hair's shiny, this. And I was like, well, I'm using a product called Bellamy. And they were like, I want to try it. And then that just kind of rolled into a snowball of people joining. Some joined just for the discount, of course.
Sure.
But, it is a product that I believe in. And that is what is so important. You have to firmly believe in what you are promoting, and it has to show some kind of results. And it's not all about you, what it's doing for you, but what can it do for them? Yeah. So my story is way different from others because I was very skeptical. I do know direct sales completely 100,000% work. I am I'm living proof that you can be a 6-figure a year earner, single mom, do it on your own, go straight to the top of a company. But I also know that you have to believe in what you're doing. You have to believe in the company. And that 100% to me is what makes or breaks a direct sales company.
Amen. And so that's the thing. Each of these ladies found why they loved their products. And I will say it is, some people can just, we joke, sell ice to Eskimos. Some people are just really good salespeople. I don't consider those good salespeople. If somebody says to me, Michelle, you could sell ice to Eskimos, I literally freak out and no, I would sell coats to Eskimos because that's what they need and that's what makes sense. Why would you even try to sell ice to Eskimos? It doesn't make any sense. I would never do that. That's not okay. So I don't like that phrase. I mean, but some people are just kind of good at, they're more natural on camera. They're whatever, people joke they could sell anything, but most of you are going to need to love your product. Okay. And also hopefully love the company and the mission of the company. Every company has a little bit different mission or thing that they support. And so, and the thing is, but the other thing I will say, even though some of these gals have switched companies at one point in their business, most of the time the grass is not greener on the other side. Okay. It's not about being the first person in. It's not about, there's so many things that you'll hear people say. It's really all about just getting in and working. There's no company out there in the direct sales industry, and like Mary Kay Cosmetics, for example, is like the perfect, kind of example of this. There's no company that has saturated our country. Like, no, not everyone's tried Mary Kay. Not everyone has Tupperware. Those companies that have literally been around since we could remember. Like most of us, weren't even born when those companies started. Those still aren't saturated. Do you understand? It does not matter when you join a company. There's always lots of people that have not heard of your product and who need you. And then there's people that transition out of the company, and you may take on someone that now they don't have a consultant anymore for. There's no such thing as saturation. Okay. Not really. And that's the thing. And even the fact that Bellamy is doing so well, there's a lot of other skincare companies out there, and there's a lot of other, and each product is a little bit different, but they probably do similar things. Each one probably has, it's better for this person or better for this skin type, but you can do as much as you want. Really. It's all about working smart and understanding algorithms and understanding how social media works, and then how to love on your clients and take care of them. Okay. That's one of the things that these three gals are masters at. Okay. So Ryan, I'm going to start up with you. You have such amazing customer service with the way that you follow up, first of all, to make sure they get the perfect product to start with. So hopefully there aren't a lot of returns. Mm-hmm. And then after they get their product, making sure they understand how to wear it right and even get it on right. I've had some camis and didn't know how to get them on right at the beginning. Hurt myself. Anyway, I'm a little challenged. Walk into them. Don't slip them over your head. Okay. I'm just going to tell you that. But I know each of these gals takes such good care of their customers. So give us a few tips. And also when you do that, one of the things I know a lot of people feel like is like, I'm going to end up living on social media. How do you take good care of your customers and not live on your phone? Because I think that's a misconception, is that, well, that means I have to be available every single minute of the day. You don't, right? To take good care of people. Y'all, there are no sprinkle, no cami, and no makeup emergencies. Okay. I don't care what you sell. There's nothing that can't wait a couple hours. Okay. Nobody's going to set on fire. Nobody's going to die. Nobody's going to go bankrupt. Like, there are no emergencies. Like, if you're having a family outing, if you're going to yoga, getting a massage, if you're, there are no emergencies that you have to live on your phone, but you do have to be vigilant. Okay. And Rorianna's a master at this. So go ahead, Rorianna, kind of tell them about your customer service, but not living on your phone.
Well, first of all, every day at 3:00, I have a timer that goes off on my phone that says customer care. And so if I haven't done it by then, like, that's like my time block. I know we've talked a lot in Creative Success Systems before about time blocking and where everything can kind of get a space. And for you, that might mean like waiting in the pickup line after school today. Maybe that's when you reach out to your orders, from the last week. It doesn't matter when you do it, and you do not need 40 hours a week to work this as a full-time business. Like, I was out late last night for my anniversary. I got up at 4:45 for bar class this morning. I got home at 6:30 and I went back to bed till 9. So if you messaged me in that time, now you know what I was doing in the Central Time Zone. I was on the couch with the dogs having a nap because I can, because that's how I work my business. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so it's flexible, but it's not optional. You have a big difference. When I have bought shapewear at the only store in my town was JCPenney until it closed. So you can give me lots of sympathy. Nobody knew how awful that was for me or how awful it still made me look with what I was going to wear at conventions from previous companies. You have the opportunity that they don't walk out your door and never hear from you again when you either meet them at an in-person event, on a virtual party, at an in-person party, at a one-on-one consultation for makeup, or being their bartender, doing a sprinkles bar at their house, whatever the case may be. You have the opportunity to still talk to them and be their friend. And that's how you build lifelong customers. And so I'm kind of a customer care snob now. So if I were to order from one of y'all others companies out there and I don't hear from you, do not count on a second order from me. That's the point at which I've got, because we need to follow up and make sure that you did get what you ordered, you received it in a timely manner, whatever the product is. You can set yourself so far above the bar in a small business like this versus any box store at the mall, boutique, or anything else that people might come along. So that is Amazon. Very important. Scheduling it, deciding when it fits into your life. But most importantly, like the Nike saying, just do it. You just absolutely have to do it. And people will remember you and appreciate you for that. And you're not bugging them. You are doing your job and going, again, above what any other kind of business opportunity can do.
Well, and if you don't do the follow-up, anytime you've anyone I've talked to that's kind of done, they might have shot out a special or somehow end up connecting with somebody and it's been months, and then they find out that product never got out of the box. Okay, that's a really hard one with skincare. I remember the first time I got Unique, remember the 40 lashes? That was one of the first really online direct sales company that really used social media well. I had that thing sitting on my counter for months before I opened it up and used it, because I was I can't remember how to use it. And it can be the same. I can't remember how to mix my sprinkles. It can be the same thing. I can't remember what order my products go in when I wash my face. Okay. I can't remember how to put this cami on right. Okay. So all those things are really, really important. There are so many people that don't even get them out of the package because they forgot. And you assume, you're well, I showed them on the online party, I sent them a video or whatever. You cannot assume that. Our brains are all really full. Don't think they're going to remember. They're not. Okay. And so it's so important for you to follow up. And it shouldn't be a follow-up, you're trying to sell more. It's truly I want to make sure you're having a good experience with your product. Okay.
And our company, as an industry, there's a certain percent of returns in just and first of all, who even lets you exchange a return within 30 days in intimates other than Ruby Ribbon? You're not bringing your underwear back to JCPenney or Target. I'm telling you that right now. There is a percent threshold, though, where Ruby Ribbon would like us to be under. And if you're selling at a certain level, we get that statistic sent to us for our own returns every 6 months.
Wow. Yours are low, right? Yours are really low.
Yeah. Half of what they want it to be.
Yep. Because she has a form that she has people fill out and make sure she makes suggestions, and people measure themselves and all sorts of things. So she takes time with them. But what's your repeat customer rate?
Oh my gosh, very high. So the difference again, let's look at last December, $1,900 in that month versus just a little over $7,000 now this month. And how much of that is just the reordering as well, with keeping that relationship going for a year? It's been big. It was a big portion of that.
And that's the thing. You don't necessarily consume your bra, but you want it in another color, or you want another style, or you want it for a different occasion, or you want the new thing. You trust the camis, and so now you want the leggings. Okay. So, and the sprinkles, they should be using them, right? And then they're consumed. They should be using their skincare, then it's consumed. Repeat sales, you guys, is one of the things I really talk a lot about. You should allocate time in your schedule to foster repeat sales. It's 6 times easier to get the person that said yes already once to say yes again than a brand new person. It takes 6 times as much time to get a new customer than to stay with a current one.
Okay? And referrals. I would just say I had 2 referrals from current customers yesterday. One has a party open now. The other one was a repeat customer from a September fair I did, who reordered this week and has now referred on her daughter. Referrals are the highest compliment anyone can give me, that they feel comfortable enough in trusting me to their family or friend or sister or whatever or daughter, whatever the case might be. That's huge. That's huge. You know, and people can send anyone to a Target to go find this or that. You know, it's just referring them to you specifically is a high compliment. And that's why you want to maintain that relationship as well.
I love it. All right, Krista, what are some of your tips on this? And also mention how you use your group to I know that's one of the ways that you give good customer service.
Yeah, first and foremost, I think you need to become an expert in what you're doing. If you're not doing your training, you're not reading your manual, you're not learning about your product, and I mean learning them, you're wasting a lot of time for everyone. You need to be able to answer those questions. You need to know the ins and outs. You need to know the tips and tricks. And that's up to us, you know, as individual consultants to learn that stuff. And it's very, very important. It's going to help you grow those relationships and save time in the long run. The relationships to me are by far the biggest, whether it's with customers or team, because your team is customers too. They're your customers. So I think that building those relationships, I mean, we're to the point now where I have people in my VIP group who I've never met in person, but I know they're pregnant before their husband does. I've had two, like, you know what I mean? Because, or sometimes you are you're the only person that will listen to them. Sometimes you're the only person that's there for them. Like, in their mind, you're their friend, you know, like their only friend. I always tell my team during the holidays, make sure you pay attention to your group. Don't lose that momentum. And you might be some of those people's only entertainment or fun they have these holiday seasons. It's very important. But I'm old school customer service. I mean, you know, the age, I grew up in the old school, and I think that that's so, so important. If you do not know personal things about your customers, and I don't mean what color underwear they would, you know, wear, and
we know that.
But if you can't tell me something about most of your customers, just one thing even, you do not have enough of a relationship with them. And I think that's important. And they need to know you too. You need to be real without being raw.
Right.
Right. That's super.
Yeah, you don't have to share everything to share enough about yourself that people still trust you.
Yeah, I mean, my customers, I have 2,500 people in my VIP group, and like 1,900 of them are active according to my insights.
Wow,
which is
huge.
Crazy. And it's not all of them all the time, but you know, they're in and out, and they know I have 4 kids. They know 3 are grown, 1's 8. They know she does cheerleading. They know my dogs. They know, you know, they know me. They have seen me with my hair mess. They have, like, we know each other. We know each other. We're family. And when you get to a point where you have that group on social media and somebody asks a question and the other people in the group are answering it for you.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a golden moment. It's like a feeling of, oh my gosh, it's accomplished. It's happened. Yeah. It's official. But saving time is huge. The one thing that I absolutely am behind 100% is SendShare. There's different posting apps out there. It's just the one that I use. It has saved me hours and hours and hours and hours of days and weeks and months. And it has given me so much. I cannot believe that I used to post all that physically, because sometimes I've done up to 17 parties in 1 week. Like, manually posting 2 parties at a time it's insane, you know. Yeah. So without some things like that in place, you're hurting yourself. It's paying for itself tenfold, really. It's such a minute amount. So having those types of things in place for my business is huge. But relationships come first. I feel like another time saver is make sure that when you're scheduling parties, if you're doing parties online, schedule them when you can be present.
Yeah.
Schedule the interactive posts. Think about it. Schedule the interactive posts when you can be present, not just all over the place. So that hey, I know they might ask a couple questions, but again, you're not on fire. It'll wait. But if I schedule an interactive post, I need to be present to engage in it. So think about the process, and then once you get your process down, you tweak it here and there.
Yeah.
But you just repeat it. You might change a picture, you might change this, you might change that, but just keep tweaking it and just keep repeating it. Don't try to, if it's working, don't try to recreate the wheel if it's working.
I love that. Before we hear from from Heather, I just want to remind everyone, make sure you're commenting #holiday, because that will give you all these gals Facebook pages and Facebook groups. There's something magical when you go and follow them and see like how it's working for them, how they make it work, how often they post, what do they post, what wording do they use. So you can go follow them. Just make sure you comment #holiday for me, okay? And that will also give you our freebies also. All right. Thank you, Krista. All right, Miss Heather, tell us about how you use social media and how you save time doing it.
I just basically, I'm a very real, my customers know me, everything about me. I'm a complete open book. I'm about as real as they come. The way I am on camera is the way I am. I post just about my whole life on Facebook. Good, bad, ugly, sad. And I think it's very important that you are that real person, because especially when you're building relationships, nobody is going to have a bond with you or a connection with you if they feel like your life is always peaches and cream and rosy. That is not real life. From day one, when I started direct sales, network marketing, whatever you want to call it, I was very transparent about everything in my life, about me being a broke single mom, about me being on food stamps. They have followed my journey all the way through the good, the bad, the mad, the sad. They followed my journey with me leaving a company, joining a company. And I'm going to tell you something. When you are transparent with your customers, when you are good to your customers, then they're going to go wherever you go because of you. Yeah. Because of you. I let a lot of my customers in my life, like very, very much so in my life. When my mom had cancer, my customers were my support team. They literally were my support team. They knew everything that was going on. I never hid it. I never tried to hide from what was going on. They knew. I post everything on Facebook. And I think that's a very good, some may say, no, you shouldn't do that. But me, you're going to get 100% of me. And I think that's very good to be very transparent with people, because they are going to relate to you in the bad, in the good, in the sad, in the happy. And you just have to, go with the flow with it. Yeah. And I've always been that way. Always.
I love it. And what do you do to make it work? How do you save time? How do you make that work?
I just recently learned how to do that. You just do it. And I know that's so cliche to just do it, but you have to, like you said, there's no makeup emergency. There's no, any kind of emergency. You have to set your boundaries. You have to make time for yourself. you have to delegate time to make your post, delegate time to follow up with your customers, delegate time to fulfill orders. You just have to block your time off to where you can actually breathe. And I just really started learning how to do that. And I'm actually learning to love my life.
Yeah.
And it's okay to like take a nap. It's okay to take a few hours for yourself. Your customers aren't going to go anywhere.
No,
they're not going to go anywhere. And that, I mean, that's the best thing I could say. You just have to do it.
Yeah. I love it. So let me just share a couple of tips with you that I am fond of that I think is really important. Picking back off of Krista said, so whether you schedule your post using SendShare or Facebook's app or whatever you might use, when you schedule a post, the thing I have to explain is this with algorithms, okay, is one, the sooner you respond to the first couple messages, so that first 20 to 30 minutes is really important. And the cool thing is, no matter if you work days or nights, or if you're not working another job, or you have kids you're running, there's always a time, even if it's, between this hour and this hour, like Krista was saying, hiding in the bathroom posting when she was still corporate America, you kind of know when that window is. Have that post and then make sure you can go respond, even if it's one message comment, 1 to 3 comments. Make sure you respond to the first couple in the first 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. And then you can take a 4-hour break from social media. Now you may be doing, you may be following up on orders. You may be packaging things and shipping. You may be doing hostess packets, all sorts of things. But, you still need to work, but you don't have to be on social media for 4 hours. Then you go back and what I say, bulk respond to the comments. Okay. And keep that going. You might post something else. You might go engage in groups. You might do some other things, but then you can do a 4-hour block again, do that again, post your next thing. Make sure you check it before you go to bed, respond to those last ones. Cause now you're going to have hopefully around, 6 to 8 hour break from it. Okay. And then go again. You don't have to respond to every ding when it dings. You guys, the best thing you can do for yourself is go turn off the audio and the vibrate notifications on things like social media. Let it pop up and let the number grow. So oh, there's a lot on there I need to go respond to. But when you get those distractions, one of my favorite books right now is Indistractable. When you get those notifications, even if you hear them, even if it's just the vibrate, your mind still goes somewhere else and then you lose focus on what you're doing. Okay. But as long as you go check them every couple of hours, you're not going to miss anything. Okay. This is so important to understand. You don't have to live on your phone and make both yourself and your family and everybody else crazy because you're not present. Okay. So that 4-hour rule, did that kind of alleviate, there we go, I can talk, any sort of like, I feel like I got to live on my phone to be successful. Okay. So just, comment weight, it took the weight off a little bit. You don't have to be on that phone every single minute. Okay. You really, really don't. The other tip that I have is when you're doing customer follow-up, sit down, message 10, follow up with 10 people all at once. Okay. Go through message. And then maybe about 5 of them will respond. They're not all available when you're available. Okay. Half of them will respond. You respond to one and then you message the next. If you message one person at a time, because there's that delay in them typing, right? That's part of why you hate messaging. Did you know that? Because you're like, it takes forever. Well, don't just message one person at a time. They don't know that you're messaging other people. Okay. 100% okay to have multiple conversations at once. Message 10, about 5 will message back, and be talking to several people at once, not just one at a time. Okay. So those two things right there can really, really save your sanity. And then as Royanna talks about constantly, and one day I'm going to grow up to be like Royanna, time block. Time block when you do those so that you know, well, this is the time I'm going to get back to these people. I can sit down and read a book with my kid. I can take a nap. I can, whatever it is. Those three things can really help your sanity. Okay. Which of those three things is most valuable? The 4-hour rule, messaging 10, or time blocking, or all. You can comment all. I love the success stories. Julie, thank you for sharing that. I love that. Okay. So you guys, this is so, so important to understand these basic things. Okay. Now we're going to talk, when we're going to ask these gals each a question. We're at an hour. And so I'm going to tell you about something that we have for you guys. And then we're going to do some Q&A and ask them this question. We're going to ask them, what do they wish they had known at the beginning? And what's the one thing that they would suggest? Like if you could do anything different in the next 7 days to kind of boost your business, what their suggestion would be. Okay. Now, one of the things that we've become a master at, like Krista was talking about, okay, it's like you need to be a guru in your industry. Okay. My guru is helping you with Facebook. All right. And there's a couple things we've learned to understand. Things like how quickly you need to respond to comments, how you need to, you guys, you have to show love to other people to get them to show love back. I am constantly, Krista, and all three of these gals are, but Krista, she's, I don't know, she just corrects me. Maybe it's just what I see more. They all are so good about commenting on other people's posts and making them feel loved. But the number one thing right now is to reply to people's stories. If you do 20 to 25 a day, I have a gal that I was working with, and in 2 weeks on her lives, she went from averaging 6 people to averaging 18, almost 20 people in 14 days. Okay, that's 200% increase, you guys. Okay, that's exciting. So we have tons of tips for you, and we just have one thing we're offering today. We're going to do a 2002 algorithm challenge, and we're going to start it just before the new year on December 30th. We want you to be setting goals, and we want you to have a game plan. Like, you know, when the first hits, and then you have your celebrations, and then the weekend comes and you get your kids back into school, and then it's like the 5th or the 7th, and you're finally like, okay, now I'm going to set some goals and get started. No. We're going to start before then. We're going to help you have a game plan before the kids go back to school. So we just have this 2 weeks challenge. It's $19. And we've done this a couple times with people. A lot of people have taken this, and it is so much fun, you guys. We really understand algorithms. And that's the thing. So many of you come into your direct sales business and you're like, well, I've been posting about my kids and, you know, messaging my friends from, you know, other states and Messenger. I'm sure I can do this. It's different. Okay. There's a few things you do need to understand differently about social media in general when you're running a business. So if you're feeling frustrated, if you're seeing the effects of COVID checks not going out, if you're kind of like, am I doing something wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. You just need to work a little bit smarter. Okay. COVID stuff has really created a very, very roller coaster kind of thing. We can help level that out by understanding basics of Facebook's. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad, Wendy. So she's done some of my algorithm challenges. Okay. And so, in those, one of the things, if you've taken it before, we will be talking about Reels, REEL, Reels. That is kind of like the thing right now. And the reason it's the thing is not everybody's using it. And so Facebook's like, well, not everybody's using it. So if you'll do it, we'll show it to more people because there's not as many people using it. So it's not that they favor it. It's just because lots aren't. So you want to use it. Want to be the first ones using it. Okay. So I'm just going to pop that link up, and then we're going to go through and answer, have these guys talk about what's the one thing they do in the next 7 days and what they wish they'd known that they know now, because they have a lot of good, they're so smart, you guys. These ladies are brilliant. Okay, so let me pop this link up for you real quick here. Ryan, I'm going to pop you down for just a second because it won't let me put 5 things up here. So just one hot second, and I'm going to put you right back up, okay? All right, so the link to the challenge or 2022, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's 2022 algorithm challenge, okay? So that just popped up. Also, if you've commented #holiday and you see the button that says programs, you can click on that and find that link in there too, okay? We want to get hundreds of you signed up for this because we just want you to have good habits going into 2022. We just simply want so badly for you to understand how algorithms work, okay? And that any of you can build a business, okay? And Krista and Heather and Rihanna can all attest to that. They are amazing women, but they technically aren't more special than you, okay? You are just as gifted and have the ability. And I love them, and they're an amazing example, but you can do what they're doing, okay? You really can. You just want to understand algorithms, and this is so, so important. And we're going to help you work smart, okay? So let me just pop that up. It's going to pop up right in the comments. You can click on it and you want to get in there. So we'll start on December 30th. And we'll have a big Zoom kickoff, and you'll have videos to watch every day. And like I said, it blows my mind how many people do this 14-day thing with me, and they get new customers, past customers come back, and they get tons more comments on their post. Okay, like it's a game changer. It's a lot of fun. Okay. All right. Yes, absolutely. There's always a replay. There's always a replay. This will stay right here on my business page, and it might be on some of these gals' business pages too. Mm-hmm. All right. So, Krista, we're going to start with you this time. What's something you wish you'd known, and what 7 days to boost their business?
Okay, so there's lots of stuff I wish I knew. I wish I knew Share. I wish I knew that it was real. I wish I knew that you can make 6 figures doing this. I wish I knew that all the bells and whistles were a thing. I mean, because I do think that some people are focused on an end result, and unless they can touch it, feel it, see it, they give up easily. And I wish if I could give anybody that insight that it's real as long as you work it, that is something I wish I knew, because not that I would have worked harder, because I work pretty hard, but
really hard.
But I would have done it a long time ago. Don't wait. Don't wait. Start today. Don't start tomorrow, next week. But if you have to, start when you start. But
yep.
Just stop waiting. Stop waiting. And honestly, if I could do one thing and sprinkle magic fairy dust on everyone, it would be to change your mindset. And I know we hear a lot of people talk about mindset out there, but there's some things that go into that one thing. You do need to do the training. Your mind is going to work different if you know what is going on in your company and the ins and outs and the tips and the tricks and the rules of the company, the pieces, parts of your product. Follow trainers. I follow about 6 different people, Michelle being one of them, of course. But I do think that if you are not constantly educating yourself on the upcoming things and the things that are constantly changing, you're going to fall by the wayside, because there's too many people willing to put in the effort to learn those new things and be on top of stuff, especially when we're talking about social media. So if you stay in one place and you don't do anything different, you cannot expect anything to change for you. And there's a lot of things that I would never know if I didn't follow these amazing people out here. Again, Michelle being one of them, of course. Be consistent. Oh, you have no idea how many tips I have learned from you. It's crazy. Oh. And then you go back and you teach them to your team. Like, hey, I learned this today. And then if you find somebody you like, you share them to your team. like you want them to do that. Be consistent. You have to be consistent on social media. If you're not, you're wasting your time. I'm just keeping it real. Consistency is the key. And again, all these things play a part of what creates this positive mindset for you, because all of this stuff comes full circle and it starts to work.
Yeah.
Which again affects your mindset. Treat your business like a business. If this is what you want, you have to treat it like a business, and you have to put in the training and the effort and the time, now, so that you can. I spend way less time doing this than I did the first year. But thank goodness I spent that much time doing it that first year, because it alleviates that time now, right? Stop pointing fingers at other people and own it. If you're not doing the training, own it and go do the training. If you're not being consistent, own it. Go be consistent, okay? Remove the negativity in your life. Unfollow negative people. If you have a bunch of friends that are constantly posting negative stuff or fighting with their babies, mamas, cousins, brothers, sisters, whatever, just unfollow them. Unfollow that. Unfollow the political stuff.
You don't have to unfriend them, but you can unfollow them. You may want to unfriend them too, but
just
you can unfollow.
Unfollow it. Get all that stuff out from in front of you. And this is all going to affect your mindset as a whole. And what you are feeling is what is coming out in your energy. And when you have a positive mindset, you can give that to your team. You can give that to your customers. You can give it to your friends and your family as well. But that mindset thing is huge. I had to work very hard on mine for some time. But the difference, oh my gosh, the difference that it makes you feel. I don't care if it's family or friends or whatever. Yeah. Do what you have to do to be in a good place, because it affects everything around you. All right. Really, so I know that was a lot, but the mindset encompasses a lot. And I think we all need to fix it for ourselves.
Right. Mindset is critical. I cannot believe how different you will feel and how you attract. You really attract what you focus on. If you're focusing on negative things, you will get more negative things. And that doesn't mean that life will go smoothly. Like you'll still get knocked upside the 2x4 now and then. Like this happens. But the positive, you will rebound. You hear a thing called growth mindset and grit. I love to ask people, what's the hardest thing you've been through, and what have you learned from it? And how does it help you face hard things now? That tells you a lot about how successful someone will be. It's really amazing. Your grit, how you overcome hard things, makes all the difference in how successful you'll be in this. It really does.
I think you can learn that too. I think you can acquire and learn that grit by changing your mindset and the way that you respond, the way you react, the way that you handle things. And it really it's just a huge difference in everything. That's what I think.
It is a choice. You don't wake up one day and either don't have fear. You don't wake up one day and just, now I'm positive. No, it's a choice. It's a choice. All right, Heather, you're up next.
There's really nothing that I can add that she didn't just add. Everything she said was complete legit. You have to stop pointing fingers. Your success does not, and I'll say this so much. Your success does not depend on your upline or downline. If this is something you want, it is your responsibility to go find the training materials to do this. But the only thing, and this is what I've always been really passionate about, the only thing that you need to upline for is to get in the company. That's it. And if you have a bad upline that doesn't train you, that's still not an excuse to not be successful. That is no excuse. There are tons of Google things out there. There's people like Michelle. There are people that will train you do things. And be familiar with Facebook. And even if you think you're familiar with algorithms on Facebook, even if you think you know everything, it changes so often. Retake those trainings, reinvest in yourself. Like, you can't learn enough. Facebook changes minute by minute. So if you're not doing the changes with it, then guess what? You're going to be like out there in la la land wondering where your people are. So you have to invest in trainings. You have to take time. You have to change your mindset, and you have to quit pointing fingers at everybody else that you're not successful, and ask yourself, why? What can I do to change it? Not what can my upline, my downline, my sideline, what can I do to change it? Yeah. So that's just me, but I'm a little hardcore. So
you're also very sweet. You're hardcore with the, you're kind of, what is that? Hard on the outside, chewy on the inside. You're so cute, Heather. You're really not that hard. You're pretty dang sweet. But you know when to just call it out as it is, right? I love it. All right, Rihanna, how about you, lady?
When I think way back to 1998, when I joined my very first direct sales company, you're new and you feel like you don't know what to do. And I totally agree with you need to dig in and try to learn things, try before you ask type of situation. I also think that it's too easy to compare. Oh my gosh, she's doing reels. Oh my gosh, she's on Pinterest. You need to stay in your lane. When you are a new consultant, stylist, whatever they call it with your company, the only thing you need to know is about your product and sharing it. Mm-hmm. You don't need to be doing all of the things right away. And so it's very easy, even as leaders, to want to vomit all over you all with all the things. And we need to remind ourselves as well that you need the product in your hand and you need to be able to share it. And so that is where you need to be, is to stay in your lane. And also from the beginning, each one bring one, share. It is way more fun to be new with someone else and to bring them on and not be afraid of the R word, recruiting or sponsoring. Just think about the fact that you are sharing. I'm in a different situation. I grew up with a single mom, worked three jobs. And I'm blessed to be sitting here with both of these amazing, powerful women who have had way greater businesses than I've ever had so far. And you never know whose life you are going to change. Amen. If someone would not have let Krista nap the sprinkle box, what would you be doing now? How many jobs would you be working now? And so not sharing, and Michelle, you've said this for years, as long as I've known you, when we don't share, we are keeping someone else from meeting their goals, from realizing their dreams in life. And that's part of where I start every day right here in this office, is writing down my 5 points of gratitudes every day and my 10 dreams. So journaling is something that I didn't know about in the 90s. And there are so many amazing books. Michelle and I love to either listen, read, Audible, whatever. You need to educate yourself. I'm a huge proponent of that. If you are not learning, you're dying. And that doesn't mean you're watching your company's videos necessarily. It means you're reading Carol's book on growth mindset. It means you're reading The Happiness Advantage. It means you're reading from Darren Hardy, Jim Rohn, John Maxwell, all the greats, that it is teaching you life skills that will not only impact your business, but your family, your relationships, in your community, all the aspects of that. I just think that the personal development aspect is huge, and a lot of things will fall into place with that as well.
Love it. Love it. So smart, Rihanna. Thank you. And you guys, the consistency factor. So one of the things, people ask us why don't we have an Instagram training and a Pinterest training and a TikTok training and that, you guys, there's millions of people on all the platforms. Okay. You can grow your audience as big as you want on one platform. Honestly, you end up doing kind of a half job and miss messages when you're on lots of different platforms. It's so important that you get a handle on one well. And when you get that, then you can use that content and repurpose in other areas. But just because we're going to talk about reels, it's not because we're not fad based. Our training isn't like, oh, let's just do the new hot thing. We're like, okay, what are the trends? What does Facebook want to see us do? It's out of a desire to better help you understand algorithms and how to maximize the platform you're on, not just to be, because I see people jump all over and then it doesn't work, and it works for a little while, but it's the consistency and taking care of people. Okay. We do find things like, oh, commenting on posts always worked really well. Now replying to stories works a little bit better. Okay. Well, then if you're going to spend time commenting anyway, you might as well go do it in stories first. And then depending on how many of your friends choose to use stories, then you're going to do some more commenting. Okay. So it's just about working smarter. Okay. You have to choose to put so many hours into relationship building. Okay. Before social media, we went out to booths and expos. We went to networking things. We did Chamber of Commerce. We did all sorts of things face to face. We had business cards. If you have a business card, y'all know they get thrown away. You're just killing trees. Okay. You connect on a social media platform. You don't worry about business cards anymore. Okay. That's not how things are done anymore. But it's amazing what you can do on social media. It's just mind blowing. Okay. And our two big things are how to stay in front of your current customers. So you're getting so you're constantly, like I said, they're going to want more sprinkles. They're going to want the new skincare thing. Oh, what? That's going to help with lines? Bring it on. Oh my gosh, what's that color that they just come out with in a cami? Okay. If they love your product, they're going to want it again. But then we also have a system for helping you find new clients by adding friends using interest groups. How many of you have heard my little analogy with finding new customers? Do any of you need some tips on finding new customers? Just comment new and I'll give you a little one. There you go. Yeah. I mean, business cards aren't completely dead, but they definitely are compared to 20 years ago. Okay. You want to find people on social media and connect right there if you can. Okay. So that's an important thing. But if you need some tips on finding new people, let me know and I'll give you my little analogy. I'll pull out my little whiteboard here. But you guys, it really is, it's just about consistency. It's amazing what you can do with a few little wise tips. All right. Okay, let me put this link. What questions do you all have for these amazing ladies? Now, make sure you've commented #holiday. You're going to then see, it'll see a button that says guests. And under that, it'll have all three of their names. And you can click on them and it'll take them to, it's Rihanna's business page, Heather's business page, but Krista's Facebook group. Okay. They all use different things for different reasons. And it's all about using it smart. Okay. New people. I'm going to show you my little analogy on how to find new people. This always kind of is fun. And how many of you are here for the very first time? Just comment 1ST, like first 1ST. We love to know who's here for the first time. So much fun to have you here. So let us know what questions you have. And let me just put this link up for you one more time. So remember, this 14-day challenge is all about your algorithms. People have done this before. It's amazing, you guys, how many repeat customers they got back, how many new customers they got, how high their algorithms went, all for $19. Like, to say it paid for itself many, many, many times over is an understatement. Okay, it's really kind of fun. It's crazy fun, actually. Hey, Mary, so glad you're here. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Leisha. Hey, Jennifer. Wow, lots of firsts. Hey, Holly. Hey, Sandra. Awesome, you guys. Okay, so let me show you my little tips on this. Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys a fun question, and you three ladies answer this because it's just going to help them get to know you a little bit better. I want to know one of your favorite hobbies. Could be, I love to crochet scarves because it's straight. I don't have to connect anything. It usually takes me 1 to 2 skeins. I can do it fast. And if I walk away and come back and I start crocheting, it won't matter if my stitch isn't exactly the same. Okay, that's my thing. I love crocheting scarves. So do you love to bake? Do you love to garden? Do you love dogs? Like, what is one of your like things you just love? Okay, not connected to your business. Okay. Someone that loves dogs, like Rihanna loves her puppies. Okay. All those gals that love their puppies need their boobs lifted. Okay. You know, so Krista, you know, someone that loves to cook, they love scents in their house. They made big cookies. The cookies aren't going 24/7. Okay. So tell me one of your hobbies, Rihanna. You go ahead and tell us one of your favorite things. All three of you answer that, and I'm going to show you this little analogy.
I would say bar yoga class for me. I went 5 times this week.
Do you have a Facebook group? Wow, that's amazing. Do you have a Facebook group you belong to for that?
Yep, I sure do.
Awesome. All right, Miss Krista.
I'm going to pick Labradoodles.
Ah, very cool. Heather.
Fashion. I love researching fashion. Clothes.
Fashion. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. Most of the time when people say go add Facebook friends, most of you are doing what I see. You have your Facebook friends, and then Facebook's like, hey, you've got 16 mutual friends with Susie. You got 16 mutual friends with Kara. You got 6, and you've got this constant overlap. Okay, this is what I see most of you do, is you just add friends that Facebook suggests. It's one way to do it. Okay, but when you have a live or something and they share it, you're going to have this huge overlap, and you're not going to be able to get in front of as many new people as when you do this instead. Okay, so this is my instead of this. So let's say that you have your bar yoga group. Okay, and you're sharing clothes to wear, food to eat, water bottles you love, your favorite mat, okay, those kind of things. And you've got, what kind of conversations are had in those Facebook groups, Rihanna, about bar yoga?
Certainly those things as well. Techniques on, headstands or balancing.
Cool. Very cool. Okay. So Rihanna's got her bar yoga group. Okay. And somebody is posted in there, and she's going to go, you're going to do one of two things. You're going to ask a follow-up question on what they posted, or give a compliment. They almost always say thank you to a compliment. Okay. So one of those two things. And so what she's going to do is she's going to start commenting on either, like, there could be a post that has a whole bunch of comments. She could go reply to some of those comments and make friends, or she can just comment on the posts themselves. And when people reply, and you'll get that little notification, you're going to pop in that Facebook group. So let's say this is Marie, in Massachusetts. Okay. And so Rihanna's going to add her as a friend. When she adds her as her friend, she's going to send her a message. She's going to say, Marie, we're in the same bar yoga group. Mention the name of the group. You may even put the link if you want. And I loved your idea on stretching to get into this pose. Thank you so much for that. I just would love to get to know you better. Okay. So you mentioned your common group, something she said that you were inspired by, or a good idea you got. And you said, I'd love to get to know you better. No mention of company or product. 0. Okay. You're being a true friend, y'all. Okay. So now we got Marie in Massachusetts. Then we got Paula in Pennsylvania. Okay. And she shared some great tip on the snack to eat after yoga. Okay. And then she's got Sarah over here in California. And she shared a great tip on her favorite mat, or what are the foam? The foam
block.
Block. Thank you. I'm like, it's right there in my brain. Okay. And then she meets another gal, we'll say Wendy, over here in Washington with me. Okay. So now what happens is Rihanna shares some of her stuff on her personal profile. It's not all her business, but she shares some from her business page. She shares her lives from her business page. These gals see it. They comment on it and share it. Guess what happens? There's all these friends. Every person has about 200 to 500 friends. Okay. Some of us like that are big in direct sales, we have much more than that. But when they share that, instead of this constant overlap, your reach is going to explode. Okay. I want you to comment explode if that kind of made sense. Join groups of things you're really interested in. Some of them will need sprinkles. Some of them will need skincare. Some of them need camis. Some of them won't, but some of them will. Okay. Doing this is one of the best things that you can do to explode your new customers. And they're not going to go from a customer in 24 hours. You're going to have to build some more credibility by just doing your thing and posting your content. But it comes. Okay. And this is so, so important to do instead of just friends of friends, you guys. Actually have a real reason for adding them because of something you did. Now, another thing you can do, but it can't be around your product. My son Porter, so he's been managing comments. I can't talk and type at the same time. So Porter's in triathlon groups. He's my little Energizer bunny. And he posted a picture in there of his first triathlon back. He'd taken a couple years off. And everybody congratulated him, and it was really sweet. If he asks a tip on, getting your miles in, because we get a ton of rain where you live, how to get your bike miles in when you live in a place that rains a ton. And people are going to give him ideas. Do you think they're going to have any problem with him adding them as a friend? No, because they bonded on triathlons. Whatever you bonded on, they don't have a problem with you adding them as a friend. I'd much rather that than the person that has 16 similar friends, but we never bonded. We don't know each other at all. It was just Facebook's idea. Okay, you guys, this works brilliantly. And if you can set yourself a goal, some of you it's going to be 20, some of you it's going to be 50. If you're trying to go full time with your job, with your, direct sales business, you need to be adding around 100 friends a week. Okay. And then your goal is to hit that 5,000 mark. All right. Not in a short amount of time. You're going to hit 5,000 maybe in a year and a half, but adding 100 friends a week, it's amazing what will happen. Do y'all see that? Okay. It's really amazing what you can do. You will find new customers, which when you're a party plan type company, they book a party, then what happens? Then you meet all their people. Okay. There comes a point where that Susie that had the party and then 6 of her friends have the parties, it gets a little like, we have as many sprinkles as we can use for the next 6 months. And you kind of run that dry. You've got to have new people. Okay. So this is something that's really, really fun and important to understand, that at being a true friend in groups, but you got to add them as friends, you guys. I see people and they'll be like, well, I engaged in that group, but I didn't add any friends. Why? Well, nobody added me as a friend. No, you got to add them as a friend. That's your job. Okay. You got to hit that button. Don't be scared. People are craving connection right now. You're not a creeper. Okay. Like, you're a very nice person. You're a nice person. They're not all going to accept your friend request. Don't take it personal. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. But tons will. It'll be great. It will be awesome. Anybody tried that and had success with that before? I love this little system. It really is amazing how it works. And I'm telling you, this takes a lot less time than me getting dressed, driving, paying for lunch, having, my Chamber of Commerce dinner. This is a lot less time consuming and free compared to a lot of things you can do face-to-face to meet new people. Okay. It's free. It's free, y'all. And you can do it in any clothes, from any place in your house, with your kids climbing on you, whatever it might be. So kind of fun. All right. Any thoughts on that, you guys, for finding new customers?
I do that and I share that. So ditto. Yep. Absolutely.
Super, super, super important. All right. Let me put this link up one more time for the 2-week challenge. Again, we're going to start on the 30th. We will have several Zoom calls where you can ask me questions and come chat with us. It will be so much fun. And take that link and share it with your teams. Share it with your sidelines, uplines, downlines. Get all your friends to come do it together with us. It's going to be fun. And you'll be able to compare notes, and you have a Facebook group you get to join with us. We'll have a lot of really awesome videos you'll be able to watch. It's going to be a blast. All right. Did we have any questions? Did any of you see any questions pop up from gals that you guys wanted to answer? Mary, let me tell you something real quick. I love that you're natural on your lives, and I'm so sorry that you have an illness that makes it hard to be consistent. One of the things that we're going to be doing in January is starting a new class where you create 6 months worth of content. My goal in this next coming year is to help you create content that you can post over and over again. So when you have a downtime, you have stuff to post, and it's okay to repost it. So, Krista, what are some of your most popular sprinkles in the wintertime?
Geez, holiday home, aspen pine, peppermint, cinnamon apple. I mean,
do they do a lot of those? Probably not every single one, but do a lot of those come back next year?
Yes.
Or do they have brand new names?
We have core products that come back, and then we'll have new products every catalog as well, new scents, and sometimes it's a similar scent, sometimes, when we have over 70 scents. So
well, I love it. So what we would do, for example, is help Krista create content around her core holiday scents. So next holiday, which really is October, right? She can just post those again. If she was sick, if she did her cheer competition, whatever it is, she has stuff she can post her videos. She has reels she can redo. She has stories she can repost. So that's something that we're going to be doing starting in January. Because I'm really passionate about, like I said, time saving and working smarter, that we're going to be focusing on. Royanna is going to have the same style of camis, but then she's going to have some new colors. And so she's got 4, to 6 of her days planned. And then she just has to throw in, here's the new colors, or there's a flash sale on it. The content's already made. So that's one of the things that we have coming up in January that we're really passionate about. So you can let us know if you're interested in the link for that. Okay. So Kim Warden has a question. She's like my algorithm follower, like poster child. She's so good. What is your favorite tip for getting your new team members off on the right foot? Great question, Kim. Anybody want to take that?
I mean, I'm not going to lie, it's very hard to get new consultants to want to do training because it's a little overwhelming. And for some, it's a lot overwhelming, and it's all new information. It's a new system in your back office and all that. So you can definitely, first of all, get to know them and what they want out of this business. They're not always going to want what you want out of this business. Ask them if they have a goal. Do you have like a quick start type program where if they hit goals, they get something in return in the first 90 days? Ask them and just work on that first goal first, as to not overwhelm, but also explain things to them. Or you can say, hey, all right, today I want you to go read the manual. And when you're done with that, come back and ask me any questions. And then, okay, we read the manual. Now go do this. One of the things that I have attempted to do for this reason, because it's really hard. I'm not going to lie. It's really hard to get people to do the training. And you guys, training, it's there for a reason, you know, and you don't have constant people at your disposal to answer every single question. And you have to remember that this is your own individual business. But I tried to do a thing in my group that is pinned to the top, and it's like on a link tree. So whatever the main things that new people want to find, I put in the link tree, and then when they click it, it takes them in our team group. Brilliant. Where the information is. Now, again, getting people to go click that, can be difficult. But I think if people, again, it goes back to what do they really want? Can they see the vision? What do they want? If this is important to them, then neither is training or getting them going. So I think building a relationship with that person, hopefully you've already done that, and that's why they join your team.
Right.
But the other thing that I also did was 2 events in our group, and I called them boot camps. And number 1 is a phase 1 boot camp and it's there. They can go through it whenever they want, and it saves leaders time when they can just go do it when it's convenient for them instead of constant nonstop. So one, again, is how to set up a party, how to do this, how to do that. And this is all stuff they could learn in our back office. But sometimes the back office is overwhelming for people. Then I also have a phase 2, which starts with how algorithm works and social media, because everybody, if you don't have a piece of social media in your business, I mean, you're just missing out. You're missing opportunities left and right. So I have a phase 2 in there that will walk them through, like from the beginning all the way through. Again, they can do it at their own pace, but so they have options of what they want to do. But
basically what Chris is saying is make yourself duplicatable, meaning if you train one person on something, record it, so then you can share it with the next person. You don't have time to explain it over and over and over again. Plus, you want to empower people to go look things up. So really important to be duplicatable and record. Really, really, really important. Brianna, I see your head nod. You had a couple ideas.
One thing that I think is important is just being in touch with them. And that doesn't mean every day you're asking them about business, but that you have a point of contact that first 7 to 10 days, having them order their kit and then waiting for it to come, making sure they have their kit, that they've opened it. The very first thing I like to do, Kim, when someone joins my team is we order that kit and we open my calendar and we set a launch date. We set a party date. That it's just expected and it's part of signing up. And it's just having that, as a sponsor, having that mentality that this is how it happens.
Yep. Love it. I'm going to go back to another question that was farther up that I missed. Louisa, I'm going to ask you to clarify your question. It says, what about regular business finding customers? Which business are you with, and what do you mean by regular customers? Just so you know. So a lot of people are asking the crossover, and then when do they become aware of your business? Okay. Remember, you add them as friends, and some of you are first timers here and don't know my whole philosophy on social media. So what we do is we teach people how to post about their regular life and ask a question. So if you put your Christmas tree up, okay, like Krista's got her tree up, she'd have a selfie probably with her daughter, Rory too, and it'd be like, oh my gosh, the girl's got the tree up. We got to know, we argued if we couldn't decide if we want to do colored lights or white lights. What color did you decide? So you always add a question on your fun post, okay? Then when you post about your products, so like one of Brianna's very first questions that she asked when she was with Ruby Ribbon is just, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love your bra? Okay. Women love to talk about how much they hate their bra. Okay. It's always a very low number. Hardly anyone goes, oh, I love wearing a bra all day long and wish I could leave it on longer. Like nobody says that, right? So then that opened it up and gave her the opportunity to talk about that. Then another question is, she got more colors, is what color bra makes you feel sexiest? Okay. Because then that opened it up and gave her a chance to talk about the animal print and the colors, like red and teal are my colors, where somebody else is going to be the soft pink and those kind of things. So it's about making sure that you're sharing about your personal life, because you don't want it to be all business on your personal profile. You may have a business page. You may share content from your business page, or you may post it right on your personal profile. That's the short answer, but it definitely, we have a system for bringing that all around. And we'll even teach some of that in that 14-day challenge. So I hope you take advantage of that and join us in that. Miss Terry, I love it. She's like, I'm interested in all the trainings. So Terry, one of the things I would encourage you to do, when you commented #holiday, you got a message from us. Could you please message me with your company, how much you're doing in sales right now, and like what are you using? Are you using a page or group? And then we can say, these are the trainings we'd suggest you use. We don't just throw all the links at you and go, here, go buy stuff. We really love to help you get the perfect training. So message us so we can help you do that. Okay, we'd love to have that conversation. Okay, let me go back down to questions. So Kimberly, I'm sure you need to message Krista and that, or go into the group. I'm guessing Kimberly's part of your team. So I'm sure you guys will bond on that. I love that. Oh, yes. Yes, this is a great question. Heather Dill will tell you this. Can you do the training if you're no longer at the MLM but now have your own boutique? Yes. Heather, go ahead and you can share a little bit more on that. One of my goals over the next 2 weeks is to make sure all my clientele understand that I love and help you no matter what you're selling on social media. Doesn't matter if you're a boutique, MLM, direct sales, party plan. Anyway, you need social media skills no matter what you're selling. Heather, go ahead and share your little thoughts on that, because I've been working closely with Heather over her transitions the last couple months.
Yes. Not only am I'm with Bellamy, but I also own my own boutique. And when you come from an MLM social media based, that is a huge thing. It's a huge crossover. People think that it's easier to start a storefront and get customers in rather than get a following on social media. Well, I'm just the opposite. Like, all my following is on social media. So me and Michelle are going to start working together, hopefully, and try to push people towards my storefront, because it really is a thing. Like, if you have a good following on social media, you have to change the mindset and get people in your storefront as well. And there are ways to do that with your social media posting, reels, cute little ads, cute little selfies, things like that are going to push them to your storefront, as well as keep your online presence strong and going as well.
So I can help you with a boutique, whether you choose to just have an online boutique or a storefront boutique. Like, you guys, there's lots of options. Okay. That's the thing. You can do what works for you. And, Brianna was having great sales with her last direct sales company, because she knew what she was doing. She's like, well, I can switch gears if I want to switch gears. It's okay to change your mind, but don't change your mind because you think the grass is greener on the other side. Change your mind if you decide it's just, this product is a better fit for me and I feel more called to do that. I mean, Brianna definitely, I know her spiritual story behind that, and definitely felt like that was, I'm not sure calling is the word you would call it, Brianna, but that was something she was led to do for sure. So, but you got to be passionate about what you're doing for sure. Okay. But you can sell anything, you guys, you really can. I have a question about how to get people into my live show. So Jeanette, I can tell you this from experience, this algorithm challenge is exactly what you need. I have a gal I'm working with right now that does a lot of lives to sell her products. And seriously, you guys, it's amazing. We have her commenting on people's stories. We have her posting her own stories. We have her sharing her lives from her personal profile to her from her business page to her personal profile. We have this system that you follow, and when you do that in 14 days, usually your viewers double to triple in a matter of 7 to 14 days. Okay. And it's just a matter of being diligent and consistent. And seriously, for $19, we can help you figure that out. So please join that challenge, because there's not one answer. I can't say, go do this. This will increase your viewers. It's a series of things over a series of time. But 14 days isn't very long. Think about where you were 14 days ago. Okay. Like 14 days is really, really fast to increase your sales and your viewers. So make sure you join that, because we do have an answer for that. Like I said, I'm kind of hitting on the different parts of it, but we can absolutely help you with that, love. Okay. Any other tips on just getting more engagement? Any place, whether it's a post, live, any of your things? This will probably be our last question.
I think we're so consistency. I have to go back to say consistency. You can't pop in today and start commenting and then disappear for 3 days. And then every time you do that, you are starting over.
Yeah.
And to build that, you're building this momentum, and then you slide down on a piece of ice, and then you got to start back up the hill, and then you slide down. I don't even care if it's once a day, just some type of consistency. Once every 3 days is not consistent.
No.
Twice a week, not consistent. Okay. This algorithm stuff, and the algorithm goes across the board, regardless of what platform you're on.
Yeah,
so consistency is it. And without it, if you wonder why people aren't engaging with you in your group, how much are you putting out there for them to engage in, and how often? If their notifications aren't on and you only have 50 people in your group, odds are most of them are not seeing anything that you're posting.
Yeah.
You gotta get that moving.
Yep. No, you absolutely do not have to do ads to sell well. If you do ads, yes, you have to pay for them, but no, you do not have to do ads with the system that we teach. We do know some tips regarding ads, but that's not the foundation of our teaching. We're more about organic reach. Thoughts, Heather or Rihanna? Why don't we give everybody a last turn? Anything else you want to share? You probably kind of have little things that have popped in your head. Any last words? And thank you, ladies. I've got to thank you so much for your time. You guys, please, one thing I do ask, you do have their contact information, their business page of the group. Please don't message them for free advice on your business. That's not okay to do. Okay. They donated their 2 hours. That time is money. Okay. And they were so generous to be here. I hope you go check out their products if there's anything that they can help you with. But please don't ask them for free business advice. That's not cool. You can rewatch this in the $19 challenge. It's a very small investment. Okay. But go watch them. Go see what they're doing. Learn from their example. Okay. Ladies, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your example. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your hearts. Oh my gosh. I love working with you all so much. So last thoughts, Heather, your turn. Go ahead.
Just keep on being consistent. And know that it's okay to rebuild. Know that it's okay to have to revamp. You're going to have to revamp 100 million times with your business. And it's okay, because it's all going to be stronger. You're going to see the most amazing results. Don't be afraid to learn. Invest in you. Invest in you.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Rihanna?
At this time of year, this is just a pet peeve, and it happened during the webinar. Will you please post for me on your profile? I'll give you what to say, because I'm so close to meeting my goal this month. I blocked her. If it's you, I'm sorry if you're able to watch on here, but please don't be those people. Those are the things that give us in our industry a very bad rap.
Yep.
Please don't ask people to do that. And then there's a lot of this posting, and all of my friends can put all their stuff on my profile. Your people are maxed out. with being asked by so many places and different companies and such like that. Michelle, I'd love your opinion on that, but I've not been sharing that. And it's not because I don't love my direct sales sisters. I can tell you all the things I'm wearing from head to toe right now and what company they're from, except like my hair color that came from the salon I go to. Okay. But seriously, be cautious of how much you are oversharing those posts that are swirling around right now, because your people are going to stop looking.
Yeah.
I scrolled by it. You want to be unique and creative and help one another in this industry.
Well, my take on this. Oh gosh, what a horrible thing. Okay, you guys, I hate this post that I see is, why would you go buy from Amazon or the store or whatever, but you wouldn't support my business and direct sales companies? Well, because sometimes you're tactless. I said it. Okay. Sometimes it's a little tacky how you're doing things. But you can do better. Okay. That's okay. Like, we all make mistakes. I've made a million mistakes and then some. Some of what I know how to do is because I made mistakes to figure it out. So some of what I tell you not to do is because I made mistakes myself. Okay. But if you have time to copy and paste a message like this, can I post on your timeline, blah, blah, blah. You had time to send a message and actually care about that person and to see how they're doing and to actually build a relationship. When people tell me I don't have time to message people and build relationships, then you're in the wrong industry. You just are. Okay? You just straight up are. If you had time to copy and paste that very all about me message, you miss the point. You're supposed to be focusing on other people. Can you imagine what would have happened if that person messaged Ryan and said, you know what? I see you rocking it. Is there anything I can do to help you with your business? I bet there would have been a conversation. But you say, hey, can you do something to help me with my business? And they're trying to busily work their own. That doesn't make any sense, you guys. Okay, like, it's so backwards. What goes around comes around. Okay. And so I teach a thing called an initial touch, and Royanne is a master at it. She knows how to do it. You reach out to people. Hey, Susie, I see you guys got your tree up. It was gorgeous. Oh my gosh, how fun. How much did you do versus the kids' help with that? You first reach out and love on people and see if they'll even chat with you. Okay. And then when you know how to post and ask questions, you will find the people that are interested. Okay. Krista, she posted her post. I'm sure you probably have multiple of them. Sprinkles. So I love the smell of pine trees. I love a real tree in my house. Okay. Even though my allergies hate it, but I still do it. When she's got that and somebody's got an artificial tree, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love the smell of a live tree in your house? She's going to have some people like, I love it, but I can't do it. We just can't, I choose not to pay for one, or I choose a flocked one. I'd love to have it. Well, I can hook you up. You guys, there are better ways to find new people than expect other people to do it for you. That's not okay. And plus, you post their stuff that's not building a relationship. It doesn't work anyway. And you just come off tacky and you just broke a relationship instead of built a relationship. So I'm sorry. I hope that doesn't, well, no, I'm not sorry, actually. I hope that you learn from that. And no, I'm telling you, it might have been a really hard thing what you just heard, but I'm telling you because I want you to have success. Okay. People, I love, this is Brianna and I have laughed about this so many times. My favorite message of all I get is, Michelle, I just want to let you know I tried your stuff and I wanted to let you know it actually works. I'm like, oh, what? I was teaching things that didn't work, and so I don't, the stuff we teach is because we live it, we walk it, we breathe it. We know how important it is. And we're not going to teach you something that was just a flash pan idea. It might work for a week or two. We want to help you sustain a business that lasts a long time. Don't do those little copy and paste things. None of that ever works. Not in the long run. Is that what you wanted me to hit on, Rihanna?
Yes. Yeah.
No. Oh, Jess, you tag me when you go live. Oh, I block you. No, you don't tag people when you go live. Okay. I promise you, Jess, I absolutely promise you, take the 14-day challenge. Okay. A lot of the gals, if you've taken the 14-day challenge, can you like comment and say how much fun you had and how much it helped? Take the 14-day challenge. That will up your algorithms and your lives will be seen by more people. You don't have to do tactless things like tag people. It is tactless. I'm going to say it. I know somebody else told you to do it and it wasn't your idea. So you don't have to be like, I had a terrible idea. No, somebody else shared a bad idea with you. Okay. No, you don't tag people. That's not cool. Now, the only exception in that is you might have a handful of customers that say, I hate when I miss your live. And you say, is it okay for me to tag you when I go live? And if you have that group of people that have agreed to it, that's a totally different story. Or maybe you have a little group message or we use ManyChat. Those things are okay. But because they said they wanted it, you do not tag somebody that didn't say they wanted it. Not okay. Not at all. That will lose you friends and customers faster than it will help. Okay. But I'm telling you, the algorithm, thank you, Renee, the algorithm challenge, okay, it will help you increase your live numbers. I promise. Thank you, Kathy. Okay. So yeah, super, super important. If you tag or message, it's because you asked, they said they wanted it, you had an agreement. Okay. Don't do that. Yeah, Mary, I think I just answered your question on that. So yeah, okay. Thanks, Don. I'm a little brutally honest. Brutally honest. All right, last thoughts, Krista?
I think that we've all said it all. I mean, stop with the excuses, change your mindset, work your business. This business, regardless of what company you're with, who your upline is, what your team is or isn't, it's what you put into this is what you're going to get out. And it all starts with building relationships all over the place, not just with customers, with team, networking out there, meeting amazing people, creating friendships, and putting your name and face out there in all different ways. If it's not working, you have to self-evaluate and really be honest about it. So it's just the whole big picture is it's a mindset, and there is no one thing. There's no one magic answer that's going to make it all work. It takes a collaboration of things, and they all start with you, not with the company, not with your sponsor, not with anybody else. But it's a whole group of things that come together, and you can do it. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Anybody can do it. It's a will issue, not a skill issue. When I came, I didn't have the skill, but I definitely found the will, and it is life changing. It is life changing. I will be 48 years old next month, and I have worked since I was 13. Never in a million years do I think that I could sit at home and work or travel. Like I get to go places now. Like we never go
really cool places.
Some really cool places. Yeah. I mean, this is a real thing. Don't wait. You're gonna start at some point, and you're gonna look back and, man, I wish I would have done this back then. Truly. Don't wait. Just go do it.
Yep. Amen. Good luck, you guys. Krista, Brianna, Heather, mwah. Love you ladies so much. You're such an inspiration. Thank you so much for your time. Time is money. I really appreciate it so much. Please go check out their sprinkles. Sorry. I've been talking too long. Go check out Heather's Boutique and Bellamy. Go check out, if you guys don't have a cami yet, y'all need a cami. Y'all have boobs. You need camis, okay? You guys go check out their pages. See how smart and wise they are. They really are brilliant ladies. Thank you so much. Can you all tell them a big thank you? Give them lots of hearts. Shower them with love. Lots of hearts, okay? Thank you so much, you guys. Now, we're going to have 2 more of these with guests from other companies. We have one on this upcoming Monday, and we have one the next Monday, I think it is. So make sure you've clicked going on the event. Porter, can you put the link to the event there, please? But you guys, we're going to have so much fun, okay? We're going to be doing one exclusive for paparazzi because they have more of a live selling system. It's a little bit different than Party Plan. And then we're going to be doing one also for boutiques. Doesn't matter what you sell, you got to understand algorithms. So we can help you with all those things. So you guys, you're so awesome. If you didn't get a chance, share this. People can totally watch the replay. You can grab that link. You can invite all your team members to take that 2-week challenge. It's only $19, you guys. The return on investment is insane. Okay, it's really worth the money and then some. Okay. All right. You guys are awesome. Much love to you. Thank you, ladies. Bye, guys.